Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, July 11th, 2025. Take a look at the big picture. Actually, before I jump into this chart, one quick reminder that this week we put out two stock picks on wickedstocks.com, one on Doximity, which is a online medical networking company, large cap stock on the edge of a significant buy signal. Also, Snowflake, an American cloud-based data storage company out of Bozeman, Montana. You're probably familiar with them. Also approaching significant area of resistance that, if settled above, would indicate longer-term bullish continuation, appreciable gains as we move through the rest of the year. Check them both out. You can see them both for free by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial, in which you'll not only get two stock picks a week, but you'll get our daily triple Q, our daily SPY analysis, our weekly Apple stock analysis. So check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of that 5-day free trial. On to Tesla's big picture. 5.5-year picture right here. This is a weekly chart. Just underscores the significance of the low to mid 350s as a resistance area to sell into, mid-term perhaps, and inversely, if settled above 355.32 at the end of a week, this 2-year channel top would indicate a good low through the rest of the year. The 517.66 5-year channel top then likely, possibly within 3 to 5 months, could take longer, but that would be our next big picture objective. Now I'm going to zoom in what happened yesterday, Thursday. We did close back above that rising 2/3 speed line today at 306.80. This is reminiscent really of a couple of weeks ago when we also, remember, closed below a meaningful channel bottom, only to close back above it. And so in my experience, when the market does this, by setting off meaningful sell signals and then essentially rejecting them, there's just sort of a floor of support. Obviously, with Tesla in particular, buying enthusiasm. Now, I don't yet anticipate, well, I do think 351.39 to 355.32 is in reach now over the next 2 to 3 weeks. But I think in terms of entering a long position that you could be more confident in, that would come with a settlement today above this 311.05 channel top. And this is a structure I've been mentioning now for a number of days. They are really converging, 306.80 to 311.05. I don't mean to, if you, for instance, went long yesterday with that settlement back above 306.80, I don't have a problem with that. And I've been mentioning, though, in terms of a shift in momentum clearly to the upside, that would come with a settlement today above 311.05. And we may actually open above 311.05. Pushing or opening today above 311.05 does signal 323.16. And if we close today above 311.05, 337.32, a extreme descending 2-3 week channel top, likely within 3 to 5 days. So if you're looking for a 3 to 5 day swing trade to the upside, it is buying a settlement today above 311.05. Even opening above 311.05 will keep 337.02 in reach. Well, not today. 323.16 in reach today with an open above 311.05. But I guess what I'm saying is, if we open above 311.05, we could move on to 323.16 quite easily today. And so then entering a long position over the 3 to 5 day time frame, you're halfway there already, right? And so I do think if we open today above 311.05, that could be a signal to go long. Obviously, you want to see the market also close today above 311.05, 337.02, then likely within 3 to 5 days. And yes, closing above 311.05 does set up, really kind of a 2 to 3 week buy signal up to 351.39 to 355.32. So we may already be there. As I've said, yesterday's settlement above 306.80 does yet again reject a meaningful sell signal. We were anticipating 257.96 as a 2 to 3 week target. That has been neutralized. The question, though, begs, can we now expect the low to mid 350s? And I think that is likely over the next 2 to 3 weeks. But in terms of a clarifying indication, I think that's a settlement today above 311.05. So once again, for day trading purposes, pushing or opening above 311.05, 323.16 is likely. That is a 50% upside retracement over the last few weeks. And if we close today above 311.05, 337.02 likely within 3 to 5 days, 351.39 to 355.32 within 1 to 2 weeks of closing above 311.05. So if you haven't, I'm going to back up a little bit. The close yesterday above 306.80 may well have been your indication to exit a short position that may have been established days earlier. In terms of shifting into a long position, that would come, and it could have come yesterday. I don't have a big problem with having entered a long position above 306.80, but once again, in terms of the real clarifying indication for the low to mid 350s over the next couple of weeks, that would be a settlement today above 311.05. The upper 350s, or sort of the low to mid 350s rather, is once again a range of resistance that can contain buying if we test it over the next 2 weeks through August, and we can fall away yet again from there. But once again, closing above 355.32, not going to happen today. But if over the next few weeks, 517.66 becomes our next big picture objective. So closing above 355.32 in the coming weeks, a good low for the year with meaningful gains, progressive gains expected as we move through the rest of the year. Until then, we could top out in the low to mid 350s yet again. Now downside, closing below 306.80 does skew us back into the bearish column, especially given the fact that we would not have closed above the descending channel top at 311.05. This area will remain converging over the next couple of days, so it is a meaningful upward pivot point, and if we close below 306.80, the emphasis remains a down. Now, is that a big sell signal unto itself? Not really, but this image here, 299.99. Now, as I'm speaking, the overnight futures markets in the S&P 500 are down about 15, 20 points. So I don't know what that means with Tesla. The beta with Tesla and the S&P 500 is very off right now. We have days in the S&P 500 where we're down.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
1% and the Tesla is up 5% and vice versa. But I think 299.99 is a downward pivot point. So, and I don't mean to throw too many numbers at you, but if you're short now or you're looking to go short with a settlement back below 306.80, just know that if we close also today below 299.99, that does shift us south again. So if you're looking to play the short side, if you're not short now and you're looking to go short, I think that is a settlement below 299.99 because we also have closed below the 2/3 speed line yet again. And if we close below 299.99, we're also closing below Thursday's low of 300 even. And I think the two combined does shift us back into the bearish column. By the end of next week, we could see 272.87. And yes, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, 257.96. So the 2 to 3 week time frame, let me re-clarify this, becomes clearly bearish with a settlement today below 299.99 and becomes clearly bullish with a settlement today above 311.05. Now 306.80 is still a speed line, and we're not ignoring it. It is part of the package, so to speak, in terms of this area that we're looking at. But this is really more symbolic of the fact that we closed back above, yet again, a significant line study that after having closed below it did indicate a meaningful 2 to 3 week sell signal. And yes, the same happened, a couple of weeks ago or a week and a half ago when we closed below this channel bottom. So I think I'm going to clarify it one more time. Buying the market with a settlement today above 311.05 is the 2 to 3 week strategy. It back up into the low to mid 350s. And if we happen to close today below the 299.99 short-term channel bottom, that would also be back below 306.80, of course. That does shift our focus into the bearish column as we move not only into next week, but through the rest of July. 257.96 likely within 2 to 3 weeks today of closing below 299.99. And finally, in terms of a significant downside sell signal that could play out through August, that would come with a settlement below 257.96. The same formation on the weekly chart is 260.50. If that does occur, we would then expect the low to upper 160s as a 2 to 3 month target, but we do not expect the low to mid to upper 160s unless we close below that 260.50 channel bottom on a weekly basis. That is your big picture sell signal. Your big picture buy signal, once again, is a weekly settlement above 355.32, anticipating 517.66 as a half year, 3 to 5 month roughly objective. Everything else inside of that are 2 to 3 week position opportunities. 2 to 3 week sell signal today with a settlement below 299.99 and a 2 to 3 week buy signal with a settlement today above 311.05. It's about as simple as that. Please click like, share, subscribe, check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of that 5-day free trial. I will be back Monday morning early, no later than 6 a.m. New York with Monday's Tesla report. You have a great weekend.